What's up and welcome to my channel. I recommend you to also take a look at my other channel, which is Edward Excel. I share a lot of interesting things. With that being said, a lot of traders think that smart money make them profitable. I recommend to pay close attention to all the things that are shared in my channel right here, whether they are the shorts or the videos or also the written things that I share and most people don't take a look at. I recommend you to take a look at these things because a lot of people, as I said already, think that smart money makes you profitable. But why? If everyone knows about smart money, why is not everyone profitable yet? Why are 95% of the traders still losing money? This doesn't make sense because it seems like smart money is the holy grail, but at the same time, 95% of the people are still losing money. Of course, it can be a mindset problem. Of course, it can be, not good risk management and a lot of other things. But at the same time, it looks like smart money doesn't really work. Is that really it? I'm not sure. Actually, I am. I know that, I know for sure that you need to have a statistical edge when you are trading. Smart money doesn't make you profitable. My strategy has some concepts of smart money. It actually has many concepts that are put together and many others that I don't really take a look at. The reason why is because you need to find a statistical edge on the market, whether it is with smart money or with other things, and you need to make sure that your strategy is back tested and works statistically. We are here, and I am here in this channel to show you concepts that are making me profitable. So, with that being said, let's get started. So, perfect. First of all, thank you for connecting. It's great to connect and to start this lesson. I believe this is your first lesson, so I wanted to ask a bit about you, your story, how long you've been trading, what results you're getting, and how you want to improve.
I was trading right now in 3 and 5 years, but in the beginning I didn't trade. I didn't know which course will fit me good. Because I was trading. In other kind of strategy, like it's not good. With chart pattern, like I always lose money, and I was trading right now with your strategy. It's working. It's really working. But I have kind of problem with, for example, I usually draw, for example, demand or supply area 1 hour or
Right.
4 hours.
Yeah.
And then when it's about confirmation, I'm getting a little bit confused. In 15 minutes or 5 minutes, and then and then often I usually hit my stop loss, and then I don't know, like maybe I'm doing something wrong, you know?
Yeah. So you say it's working, right?
Yeah.
So it's working because you have back tested, or it's working based on what? What do you mean by it's working?
It's working, um, for example, if it's very, very, very good setup, maybe it depends on setup, or it depends, I don't know. I think it depends on setup. For example, once I did one trade, I did, for example, 150 pips I did on one single trade, once.
Okay, amazing.
And that was really good. In that time, I didn't know. Yeah, it was for sure it was a good setup. That's why I did 150 pips. And then
Mhm.
after that, and that was only once I did like that. And then other times I did maybe 20, 30 pips, but I usually close the trade very early because I'm afraid it will go against me, you know?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why.
yeah. Understand.
Yeah.
And you are in the funded accelerated group, or?
No, no, I'm not. I was in your group now, I think in 2 years, I think. And
Mhm.
yeah, I was joined it maybe like, yeah, 2 years ago. And
Okay.
then I bought that lifetime access.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then me and you, we had one lesson before when I was in Russia, in my country.
Okay. Yeah. Now I remember then. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And then we had maybe 30 minutes, and then after that, yeah, we said that we can have lesson some other day then.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So you're telling me that you're starting in 4 hours and then you look for entries on lower time frames, right?
Yes, yes, correctly.
Perfect. So, what is the most difficult thing that you are struggling with? Lower time frame confirmations?
Yes, yes.
Okay, lower time frame confirmations. What are you looking for when you're looking for confirmation?
I'm looking for example, like I studied your course. I mean, also it was like 3.0, like it was new. I mean, in that time, I in external and internal liquidity it was, and then
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking that also like very carefully also, and then when it's a lower time frame, I'm looking like change of character. I'm looking, but I don't know between change of character and break of structure. Actually, that's the problem for me.
Okay, okay. So let's start with this. So, mm-mm-mm. Okay, great. So usually we have market structure, going to the upside or to the downside.
Mm-hmm.
And all of these are breaks of structure.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, these are all breaks of structure. Same way to downside. Let me actually move this here. Now, basically, a change of character is when you have a break and a break. So it goes both ways.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So we have first break to the downside, then break to the upside. Now, this is the basics.
Okay.
Okay? But let's start from this. This is break of structure, and this is change of character. Okay,
Mm. Yeah.
great. Now, the whole point is that we can understand this easily.
Mm-hmm.
The most important part is differentiating between good change of characters and bad change of characters because they happen a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we will go through more concepts. First of all, one thing that makes this pattern better is if we have a consolidation. We reach the area, we start consolidating, then we have a sweep of liquidity. So what we want to focus on is that we take liquidity. And now when this happens, once we're here, you cannot know if we are bullish or bearish because for now, this is just a break to the downside and this can be supply, and we can continue to the downside. This can just happen like this and continue,
Mm-hmm.
of course. But in other cases, we reach the demand area, we are consolidating. What we want to see is sweep of liquidity. For now, we don't know if we're bearish or bullish. If we break also to the upside, then we know that this is time for us to actually get interested in the market. So this becomes whether a break of structure or a grab of liquidity, this becomes a change of character because first we break to the downside, then we break to the upside. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we look for, demand area to actually enter the trade.
Okay. Just one question, Edward. The thing is, for example, if we have that kind of setup, yeah, but it's
Yeah.
always should be that we need to reach the key area like in 1 or 4 hours, yeah.
Well, that's not necessary. I'm focusing a lot. In the past, I used to reason that way, but I'm focusing a lot on lower time frames lately. And I'm not looking at the 4 hours anymore. I focus on 1 hour, 15 minutes areas, and then look for confirmations. But it doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong. It's just my way. I have adapted to
Mm-hmm.
the market based on how the market was moving lately because it was moving a little bit different than what I was used to. And therefore, I adapted and focused more on lower time frames.
Okay, because that the last one setup, it was I take once like that trade. It was I mean like accumulation and it was liquidity and then change of character. It was,
Uh-huh.
but it still went to the downside. So it's like so maybe it was that not that strong change of character. So that's why it went to the downside or.
Well, first of all, keep in mind that nothing works 100% of the times.
Okay.
So it can happen that everything is perfect, but we still hit stop loss. We are focusing on, having an advantage on the market in the long term. This can fail sometimes, and other times it can go, and most of the times it goes good, but sometimes it fails, of course. Now, the
Yeah.
other thing I wanted to talk about is, so this is good. One thing that we don't want to look for is V confirmations. So if we're just going to the downside, there is a strong push to the downside, strong push to the upside, very fast. Usually we continue to the downside. So this is not a change of character. When we have a V confirmation, and I usually do this, when we have a V confirmation, that's not the best setup. There is no accumulation and sweep before change of character. There's no clear structure. This is just clear V confirmation, and then we continue to the downside. I recommend you on Discord to look at my best setups series. That would be really helpful. Now,
Yes.